going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Both through its acquisition of Oculus and the build out of that product. They bought Control Labs, which is this wrist-based neural link effectively that it's almost like a mind reading system that based off your wrist can actually put text on a screen. Those types of things typically require serious capital, either to acquire or to create. That's different than some of the software stack things that I think, when you talk about NFTs or trying to build, what a different room looks like or things like that.
Yeah, look, no doubt. I mean, the Oculus is some impressive hardware. I do think consumers today in 2021 are a little bit more hesitant about allowing Facebook into their brains.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, those books are mandatory because they show you how the world really works. And in the times that we're in right now, we definitely need to know how the world works. Also, much love to those who purchased the 3 Kids books, It's Time to Re-Educate. And then also those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love, keep it coming. And then also those who are shopping at both stores, much love, keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. We did move down slightly over the weekend, but we did expect that. We know CME opens tonight, so we know we're going to have a big move. Make sure you're looking at the indicators to let us know which way that we're actually going. Remember, the Fed is going to meet and they're going to let us know how they're going to start tapering. This is going to be so important, so we're definitely going to be on a roller coaster ride. Now we have Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin white paper, turns 13 years old. And we know in this paper, Bitcoin definitely could have scaled, but the New World Order took it over. And we know about Bitcoin Lightning working behind the scenes. But again, guys, make sure we're paying attention to the actual indicators as volume, Tether, and USDC. That's going to be so important tonight. Now we have the BIS talking about stable coins and CBDCs can create risk. And guys, we know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. We know these cryptos are for the 4th Industrial Revolution, where we go inside of a digital world where you would no longer have your own thoughts. You really don't have your own thoughts now if you're not conscious, but you really won't have it. And that's the reason why that cloud is so important. I'm going to get over to that later. But guys, don't forget about the Fed again manipulating yields. And then, of course, they meet this week. Grayscale, guys. Make sure you're looking at Grayscale. We know the Grayscale whale moves the market. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have the United States will become the global crypto and blockchain leader. And guys, we know that's all lies. We know that China is leading us the way. The emerging markets got like a 10-year head start on us. I did the video on Society 5.0, showing that it was all designed in San Francisco by us. We funded it. And then also, guys, we have the coming convergence of NFTs and AI, and we know artificial intelligence is going to be built into everything we do. They no longer want you in reality, people. Now we have Amazon Web Service looks to drive crypto settlement and custody to the cloud. And guys, in my New World Order book, I went over the cloud. I went over virtual reality. Guys, they want your whole brain inside of this cloud. Once they get your brain locked in, they can delete or they can add. And guys, it sounds stranger than fiction, but we know this is definitely reality. And lastly, guys, do not allow the dip to scare you. We're still going to have plenty of liquidity out there, but as they talk about pulling back, we know the stock market and cryptos are going to start falling. Do not forget this infrastructure bill is going to get paid through taxes. Do not forget inflation. Do not forget rising yields. Guys, it's all going to hit, but if you're focused and you understand where we're headed, we know the rising 1% of cryptos and stocks that are built for this fourth industrial revolution are going to be fine. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Plus the 3 kids books, It's Time to Re-Educate. Also, if you're new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The Crypto Teacher Stock channel, Crypto Teacher Stocks. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get that home stocks is C-word, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.
What do you think of the metaverse in general? I mean, this idea of avatars has been around for a long time. You've seen, yeah. I remember talking about this in the 1990s. Yeah, Second Life. Sure. And then you've seen movies that have kind of played on this, that have gone through time. Where do you think this is headed? How is this changing? Is now the moment?
So look, metaverse itself is a pretty meaningless word. At the end of the day, we're talking about sort of all of us being able to go online and occupy digital spaces much the same way we do physical today. And so you're right, this has existed, you can look at video games like World of Warcraft or Fortnite as sort of early steps towards this idea. Today when we use the internet, we sit typically on a phone or on our computer and engage it through a screen. And it's, text-based, it's image-based. The idea here is, you occupy the form of an avatar and you experience it. Maybe it's with VR goggles, maybe it's AR. There's going to be so many different ways, I think, to engage it. And ultimately, now that broadband is ubiquitous, you have a very different phenomenon. Now that people have been convinced, I spent 15 years trying to convince people, leading Reddit, that people would care about online connection just as much or more than offline connection. But now I think everyone sort of takes for granted. We fall in love online. We make some of our best friends online. We ape into stocks together online through anonymous communities. And I think that dynamic, combined with broadband ubiquity and now the rise of Web3 and crypto really working, gives people a sense of ownership in this new world, so that the assets you buy in the metaverse are just as real as the assets you buy and own in the offline world. And it's a subtle distinction, but it makes a huge difference.
That I think central bank digital currencies were concocted in hell by Satan himself. They are incredible control by governments over everybody's bank account, and they are they're going to create a void of privacy for every individual citizen. I think they're horrible, but I think that's where they want to go.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those 3 together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come, Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.